All right, hey everybody, we're here for episode 19, the Mantoid Hive of Power Rangers Jungle Beasts. I'm, of course, the Dapper Dinosaur, the GM for this game, and I am joined by most of the team. Claire couldn't make it today, that's Maddie from Science Side Up. However, everyone else could, and that includes two new players. So I'm actually going to start with the new players, and then we're going to go from right to left. So I'm going to keep with right to left, though, for the new players. So Thierry Rano, why don't you introduce us to yourself and to Lucas, or Luke? I'm not sure which one we're going with.
I guess we'll see what the team comes down to. What's there to know about me? I'm almost 40. I'm German. I'm teaching kids in the 12 to 20 age range, and I think that is most stuff about me. Lucas is the Yellow Ranger. He is in his early to mid 30s, so not as old as I am, but not as young as some other Power Rangers. He's a martial artist and a cook, and I think that is the most important. Everything else will probably come out in play.
Very cool. All right, Zerlon, why don't you introduce us to you and to Ben?
All right, I'm Zerlon. I'll be the Red Ranger for you guys. Used to be a cross-country trucker. Now I stay local. I also DM any random system I want for the local game store here in California, here Central Valley. I'll be playing Benjamin Goodwin, whose name was picked just because there's like 50 different ways you can put it together for nicknames.
Okay.
He is his mother works in some like electronics programming, linking up hardware to controls. He's kind of sort of following that, and there's a lot of projects with military and high security type.
Okay. Well, now let's get back to our returning cast members, although technically we did have a sort of half episode with the two new characters. But let's start with Gary.
Hello, I'm JD Lane. I'm playing Gary. You should know me by now.
There might be first-time viewers, Gary.
No, they should also know me.
Okay, fair enough.
Be omnipotent.
All right, Orion.
I'm Benthoven. I play Orion. Orion is from Rafcon, and that's another planet where the people have antenna on their foreheads that they can hide if they want to.
That's true.
So maybe we'll see some antenna today, maybe not.
All right.
Guess we'll have to wait and see.
And last but certainly not least, we've got David.
Hi, everybody. It's Casey here, your favorite ranger when Claire's not away. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Haha. All right. And you're played by...
What?
David is played by...
I said Casey.
Oh, did you say Casey? Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Okay.
That's fine.
So, we are going to start out where we last left off, which is with Ben and Lucas in the monitoring station, having recently got their powers after being swept out into the Amazon in an unusual hurricane force storm that's been hitting Amazonas, Brazil, where they were both hanging out for various reasons. Alright. Zelkar will turn to the new Rangers and say, unfortunately, the rest of the team is currently in another dimension, trying to find the ones responsible for all these storms. I suspect they might need backup. Would you be willing to help the team?
Rangers, like the Power Rangers?
Yes, you're part of the Power Rangers now, unless you decide not to be.
This is
really
wow.
Yeah.
We had weird monkeys, and now we're Power Rangers.
Wait, that's true. I didn't get you your morphers. Hold on. A monkey comes by and hands Ben and Lucas both morphers.
I'll take it, dumbfounded, and I'll hold out my my arm to you. Could you pinch me, please?
I will absolutely pinch him, and I'll follow it up with an open hand. I didn't actually get your name. I'm Ben.
Sorry, you're who?
My name's Ben.
Ben. Oh, I'm Lucas. People call me Luke sometimes. Nice to meet you, Ben. I guess I'm not dreaming, so yes. It would be an honor to be a Power Rangers, and if we can help the others out, of course I'd do so. Yes. Yeah.
All right, you'll need to know how to morph. There's a voice activation phrase. Someone on the team will have to say that it's morphing time, and then you will announce the name of your animal. Lucas, you have the jaguar, and Ben the anaconda.
Jaguar. Okay. I'll try to remember that. I will
In,
remember that.
in certain situations, you may be required to call upon your Zord, in which case you may simply use the name of your animal followed by Zord, such as Jaguar Zord or Anaconda Zord.
That's very easy.
Yes. Lucas, you have a claw weapon, and Ben, you have a staff.
Okay.
You'll also both have access to sidearms, and unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of time for training, because currently I'm unable to hear back from the Rangers, and being down 2 Rangers seems like a bad idea. At which point,
Yes.
a door in the back that you hadn't really noticed because it's a bit hidden behind a bunch of server stacks opens, and a guy with a little soul patch and short cropped hair comes in. And he says, "Oh, hey guys, who are you?"
Hi.
I'm Ben. Who are you?
"Oh, my name's Dr. O."
I'm Luke. We are apparently the new guys. Nice to meet you.
"All right. This is a little unexpected, but probably good news because, Zelkar, we might need to get Claire back here to help track all these storms because now apparently monsters are appearing in some of them, and I think I'm finding a pattern here, but I don't know if I can figure it out on my own. I might need her help." Zelkar says, "Well, I suppose it's extra lucky that I managed to find 2 new rangers today. Hmm. The one problem is, how will we get them there and Claire back?" At which point, Dr. O says, "You know, I think I have an idea. Let me call Mr. Scott." And then a face appears on the screen. Says, "Hey, Tommy." It's a little round-faced guy. He's got shortish hair, but it's a bit spiked up. He's wearing a red T-shirt. And Tommy says, "Oh, hey, Jason. Look, I know you've been going around occasionally to a few other universes. You don't happen to have any connections, anyone who could help us get one of those cool dimensional transporter things, do you?" To which Jason says, yeah, let me get back to you on that." And now we will cut to over in the dark dimension where we have David, Orion, Gary, and Claire, who are currently staring at what seems to be an entire city-sized construction of mantoids. What are y'all up to?
So, anybody bring any bug spray?
Only my fist.
Claire
No
checks her
bite.
fanny pack, but no.
That'll have to do. Maybe we can set fire to it after figuring out what's going on and destroying the evil machine, because there's almost certainly an evil machine.
Yeah.
Yes, burning down entire cities is always the Power Rangers' way.
It's Mantoid's. I'm not certain about the level of intelligence they have.
That's a good point.
They haven't shown much.
Actually, I would like all the Rangers currently present, so that's Gary, Orion, and David, to each give me a perception check.
Where is it? Oh, gosh.
So remember, Lucas and Ben, you don't have to give me perception checks.
Well, we are not there, so we don't see anything.
I
Exactly.
don't think I have that.
Oh, am I using
gosh,
the
I'm
different
Should I do alertness?
alert? Yeah, that's what I meant is alertness.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Man, I was looking everywhere.
Yeah, look, I've been reading too many RPG books, and now like everybody uses a different kind of
It-
skill. Sorry
Turn
about
it
that.
on.
Is the special general perception is called something different in every different game.
Yeah, it's really
Sight
annoying.
of the mind. I don't know.
Oh,
Okay, so let's see. Orion and Gary, you notice that the majority of the mantoids that you're seeing going in and out don't actually look like the ones that you're used to seeing. So the ones you normally see have 4 arms, and the top 2 arms are tipped with big weapon-like slashing appendages that give them their name because they look like mantis claws. But the ones under that actually have 3-fingered hands that presumably could be used for manipulating things. Not that you see them doing that much. But these ones actually have 4 identical arms, most of them, all of which are tipped with manipulation hands. And you see them carrying around various tools and whatnot. And you actually don't see very many of the ones that have the blade-like upper arms.
You know, I think I'm gonna put that set fire to the Mantoid City thing on permanent shelf.
All right, we're going to cut back to the monitoring station. At which point, on the red circle on the teleportation pad, Jason Scott teleports in and has a few devices. He's got 3 little wrist-mounted devices that have a few buttons on them. He says, all right, these are the dimensional transporters. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of power. Each one is worth 1 one-way trip. I assume that you guys have some way to get back once you're all done. Zelkar? Zelkar looks and says, yes, the portal that they use to access the Dark Dimension should still be functional after they retrieve the artifact. If not, we may need your help again. Jason says,
Okay.
all right, well, this isn't something we can do every day, you know. All right, here's the plan. We're going to use our scanners to lock onto the signal of the other Rangers and transport Ben and Lucas in with 2 of these, and we're going to have them give 1 of them to Claire so she can come help me with the data analysis. Because we don't have that many active Rangers on Earth, and I'm one of the only ones currently besides you guys. So I'm trying to run around stopping the worst of the monster attacks coming with the storms, because if the storms weren't bad enough. You 2 ready?
Ready as we'll be getting, I think.
You might want to morph first.
Okay. That is probably a good idea. It's morphing time! Jaguar! And I hope it works.
It does.
Yes.
A blinding flash of light that's yellow-hued appears, and you can feel the power shell covering over your entire body and the helmet forming around you.
Awesome.
Ben is going to, as inconspicuously he can, try to admire the suit without making it look like he's admiring the suit.
He's admiring Lucas's suit.
His own.
I
And
didn't
Lucas's too.
hear Ben say anaconda.
I did say Anaconda. But I'll say it again. It's morphin' time. Anaconda.
All right. Yes, and you have a red hue flash of light. The same thing happens. So Dr. O hands you the 2 dimensional transporters, and he says, who wants to take the 3rd one?
I shrug.
That sounds like you then, Luke. He hands it to you and he says,
Okay.
all right, Rangers. May the power protect you. You got this. Jason says, all right, I've got to get back to monitoring my area. Bye, everybody. And he teleports out. You all ready?
Ready?
Okay. As you hit the buttons, you both see the same huge flash of light, but instead of just feeling the power shells come around you in the helmet's form, instead you feel like you feel a sense of vertigo. You don't know where you are. Back in the Dark Dimension, everyone who's there sees a sudden flash of red and yellow light, at which point a red ranger, something you haven't seen in a while, and a yellow ranger, something you thought you wouldn't be seeing for a while, appear right near you.
Oh, I have a thing I'm going to do immediately.
Do it.
Gary snaps out of his muttering and just says, hi?
So David's going to rush over and grab the Red Ranger by his suit and say, Bonker, what are you doing here? How'd you get that suit? Get out of here.
I'm not bonkers.
Huh?
I think they're new, David.
Orion
That
says,
was-
"Who's Bonker?"
Unexpected. Sorry, old memories.
Yeah,
He let you
we're,
get.
as of like 20 minutes ago, we're the new Rangers.
Wow. To the team.
Yeah, welcome to the team. You have entered a situation.
Mm-hmm.
We kinda know we were sent here to help you, but also to tell Claire that Dr. O desperately needs her help, and I hold out the teleport bracelet.
Yeah, I'm looking for Claire, even though I have absolutely no clue who Claire is.
Claire's the one with the skirt.
Probably.
Mhm.
Very,
Yes,
very
that.
probably. That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, Claire is wearing a powder blue ranger suit with a skirt and a bear face shaped helmet. And she says, "Oh, okay. Dr. O needs my help. I did this.
Yes.
This will bring me back."
That's what
Yes,
they said.
it brought us here, so it should work the same way backwards. He said something about monsters showing up in the storms and a possible kind of.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good.
What did he say? Yeah, he needs your help for the math and stuff.
Okay, well, I guess I'll head back. Does anyone want a juice box before I go?
I'll take one.
Yes, please.
Okay, here you go. And she reaches into her fanny pack and pulls out 2 boxes of juice. Hands them out. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck. I hope we all come out of this okay. And she presses the button, and a flash of blue light appears, and she is whisked away.
All right. Orion, you noticed how the Mantoids don't look like the ones we're used to, yeah?
Yeah, notice that.
I think, and don't quote me on this, I'm not an expert on arthropods. I think they might have some kind of biologic caste system with a warrior caste and a worker class. And we're looking at the worker caste.
Okay.
We weren't really briefed. What is your situation?
Situation is
What?
Mantoids are everywhere around us, and if we get caught, they're going to slice us to bits.
Well, if we encounter warriors, yeah. Basically, we've isolated that whatever's causing apocalyptic climate change is in this big city mound thing.
Okay.
All right, so we need to find that, shut it down, and not get sliced.
That's right.
Yes.
You have now been briefed.
Simple plan. I like it.
Okay. How
While
do we
I
find
point
it?
out, the rules of the Power Rangers usually indicate avoiding war crimes.
Yeah. That's
At the moment, the plan doesn't involve any war crimes. We'll try to keep it that.
Yep, I'm just saying, like, generally speaking, war crimes mean you lose your powers.
It is why the plan is find whatever is causing the storms and not just level the city.
Mm-hmm.
like,
Vomit from orbit.
I can't positively say the warriors aren't intelligent, not that they've demonstrated any objective intelligence of their own, aside from instinctive, but we know nothing about the workers, and I'd rather not take that chance.
I mean,
Agreed.
Okay.
there's nothing saying sentience and intelligence are necessarily that connected. They could be unintelligent and still be sentient.
Yeah, that's the ethical can of worms, and while I'd love to set a distraction fire, I don't think it's a good idea.
Do we have any idea what we are actually looking for?
Not
Some
exactly.
kind of weather control machine or whatever?
We were hoping it would just be obvious.
So David did get a bit of a
Ah.
description from his sister, and it's an ancient artifact, and it doesn't look obviously technological, but like it's something you could probably carry in one hand.
It looks kind of like this, and I describe it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's
But
it's the MacGuffin. It doesn't matter too much exactly what it looks like, but you'll recognize
So-
it. Don't worry.
So, like, maybe an orb or a staff, but not obviously technological.
Okay.
for a Mantoid,
And
I mean, would it be too much to say to like ask that it's in an obvious room with weather control relic labeled on it?
yeah, that's too much to ask. It's never let
I
you know
would
that, right?
assume it's in the room with all the guards.
Yeah,
Follow the guards.
yeah.
Well, this is a terrible way to meet, but hello, I'm David.
Oh, yes, my manners. I'm Lucas or Luke or something like that. Nice to meet you. Still a little bit starstruck, but nice to meet you.
It'll pass. Trust me.
My name's Ben. Likewise, have we scouted this? Do we know? Is there an entry point?
Nice to meet you, Luke and Ben. I don't know, David, Orion. What do you think?
Well, we've been scouting around the edges of this thing looking for an entry point. I think I stumbled upon one maybe 30 minutes ago, but it's pretty dark up that way. So I don't want to turn on my lights without, if I turn the lights on my suit, then they come down upon us. So we're kind of fumbling in the dark at the moment, unfortunately.
Okay, make note. Ranger night vision.
It's not wrong.
Well,
I mean,
if anyone has any stealth skills, you could always scout around.
True.
I can stealth a little bit.
I could fling you, but I don't think that would be wise.
I can also climb pretty well, but I'm not sure how climbable that is.
That
It actually looks like it's probably fairly climbable. The surface is uneven, and it's usually not very vertical.
Then
tall
I'm
is
pretty
it,
confident I
actually?
could climb up there.
Dapper?
Oh, sorry.
How tall is it actually? Like,
Oh, it's
vaguely.
it's gonna have at least like 20 or so stories, and it's quite big. It's probably like at least 8 or 9 like city blocks, if you're familiar with like American city blocks.
That's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it looks, based on the coming and going of the Mantoids, like it's reasonably heavily inhabited. Like it's got a pretty high population density.
Well, dang.
Does it look like there's a specific way that the Mantoids are coming in and out? They have like a spot where they're clustered.
So there are several entrances all around the like the circumference, or at least as much of the circumference as you can see here at ground level. And each one has Mantoids coming and going off into the distance, doing various things like seeming to repair the walls. There's also a few openings that are higher up. You're not sure if they're for ventilation or if they're entrances, or maybe they're both. But those do not frequently have anyone coming in or out.
okay.
Well,
If
I'm-
anything, it reminds you of an African termite mound, like those really tall ones that the termites that they farm the fungus, and they build these very big, often like 2-meter tall termite mounds. Looks a lot like one of those.
they're really architectural, like cathedral-looking termite mounds. They're awesome.
Mm-hmm. It looks a lot like that, including having ventilation holes and spires here and there. Although it's considerably less vertical to scale, right? It's much bigger, but it's not commensurately taller. That might just be to because the material properties of whatever it's made of can't support something that tall.
Okay, so
But still, it
Do
is
we-
like 20 stories, so it's not nothing.
do we fight in or do we try to sneak in?
I think fighting in might be unadvisable just by the sheer numbers, because even if the workers aren't combat capable, well, they can just drown us. Metaphorically and probably physically.
There's a lot of them.
I think sneaking's a better way to
I
go.
think maybe climbing into one of those holes up there might be a good idea.
We can try. But I gotta tell you, I'm not built for stealth.
Do we
Well,
have
you
some
can
rope or something?
get rid of the armor on a win.
Indeed, but I'm just talking in general.
Okay.
Did I bring ranger rope with me?
Well, you guys have 5 story points that says that if you spend one, you absolutely did.
Because I say our best climbers should climb up there and then lower ranger rope.
So remember,
That's-
one of the ways that you can spend your story points is to gain access to a minor item that's helpful in the scene without previously having established that you brought it. It's like, oh, good thing I remembered this rope. There you go.
It's 1 story point per player, so that's 5, right?
Yeah, so it's... actually, so a few of you
I-
actually grant
I
extra
give
story
an
points,
extra-
don't you?
Yes.
I give a bonus.
And someone else does
Yes.
too, right?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure Ben has taken something that gives a bonus story point.
Is it just him?
yeah, I do as well.
Okay, so in that case, you have 7 story points. So yeah, you've got... If you want rope, you can just reduce yourself to 6 story points and have rope.
I can inspire you.
That
That's about it.
doesn't give a story point. But
Indeed, but it'll help with the climb.
yeah, it could help with the climb. And if you want rope, do you want to spend the story point?
I think
who's our
rope
best
is probably a good idea.
Okay, then you have rope, and you are now down to 6 story points.
Making ranger rope a thing.
Hey,
Uh,
whatever you need, right? As long as it's not something major, like you can't use a story point to get yourself like a new Zord or a cannon or something. But like if you need like, oh, we don't have rope, or like, ah, gee, I wish I had a snack. Like, yeah, okay, fine. Spend a story point, you can get one of those.
I can't just carry a Zord around in my back pocket?
No, as it turns out,
actually, yeah,
no,
maybe
this isn't-
a little bit.
No
You can have a
liquid
little.
capsules.
You can have a little toy and you throw it and it turns in. Isn't that in the season? I don't remember.
so that was a thing in Samurai and Super Samurai, but those
There you
seasons were terrible. So no,
We
Yeah.
discussed those.
yeah, those were not good seasons.
They are given a seat as Power Ranger seasons, but they do not granted the rank of master.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Ben is gonna watch the old Power Rangers to try to see if he can kind of figure out their current dynamic, who's leader, who he's supposed to be following.
Okay.
Well, who can
So,
climb? Who can climb best, boys?
I guess
Ooh.
I'm gonna climb up there.
Just
Okay.
remember, if you feel like you're gonna fall, come back down.
By the way, I do allow you guys to do an out of character comparison on skill levels in case, because I feel like your characters know what they're good at, and while it's hard to explain it outside of the mechanics because those are such a prominent part of the game, that like, yeah, feel free to do an out of character like, oh, I've got a D6 in athletics or whatever.
There's
Yeah.
metagaming, and then there's like metagaming. It's different.
Yeah.
Because the
There's
thing
an
is,
acceptable level of metagaming.
well, one of the things is, one of the aspects of Power Rangers that I really like to try to make sure that we emulate is the teamwork. And being able to compare your skill levels is a reasonable way to make sure that the teamwork is at optimum. So that's why I do
Fair
that.
enough.
So yeah, feel free
Yeah,
to, out of character, just say who has the highest...
I can roll a D2 for athletics or a D4 for acrobatics, and I have a talent that lets me climb at full speed, though I don't think
That's
that
good.
actually helps me with the roll. It just means I'm faster.
Same D2 on athletics and acrobatics.
It's better than I have.
I have a D4 in athletics. But I'm not stealthy.
So it sounds like probably it's going to end up not being David because we had someone who can climb
I
at
do
full
both.
speed, can be
Mhm.
inspired by a speech from David.
Hey,
So, yeah. So I think that was Luke, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you would like to give a speech, there, David, you can give a quick little speech, and then yeah, we'll have an athletics check.
Oh. Okay.
listen, before you climb up there, I know you're new to this team. He pats you on the shoulder, but you are a part of this team.
I'll try my best. What does inspiration actually mean for the skill roll? Or
It gives you a D4 to 1d20 roll.
okay.
Wait, hold on. I'm a higher level now.
Uh-oh.
Nope, next level will be 6. It's still a D4 at the
Okay.
moment.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that the rope is going to give you a +1 skill shift. So when you're doing the automatic roller, it'll ask you skill shift. Choose the option that says +1. And then yeah, I'll also have you roll a 1d4 after you're done, just manually, and that'll determine your
Just in
final
addition
outcome.
to that, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
You can do it. You can do it. Go, go, go.
It's so good.
Inspiration out again. Go, go, go.
Actually, this is not the first time we've had Ranger rope, is it? Didn't you guys have some? Oh wow.
Yeah, we've
Yes.
used it before, I think.
All right. Roll a 1d4.
Like you need it now. Take it anyway.
2. I mean, okay, so you got a 21. Yeah, no, you have absolutely no trouble climbing this. Take a stealth roll, or is it infiltration? What is it in this game?
Infiltration.
Infiltration.
Goodness.
Infiltration.
Look,
How do we know this better than you, Dapper?
Look, here's the thing. I've read so many gosh darn RPG rulebooks in the past few months. It's like I've got like 8 different rule sets swimming around right now, and I still have one more that I haven't even started. I haven't even started the Avatar: The Last Airbender RPG book that I got as a gift. All right,
This
so an
is
18.
a
Oh,
good
wow.
system.
Well, that's good.
Mm.
All right, so yeah, an 18. You're going to be pretty darn stealthy. So you are able to get up there, and you get to one of these openings, and you can tell that it is at least a ventilation opening. And while it's certainly not something that you would say walk into comfortably as if it were like a door, you can certainly fit in there. You might have to go in prone, but like we're not talking like, one of those like extreme caving things where like, you have to turn your head sideways to fit through. It's,
Yeah.
we're talking like movie style ducts, the kind of thing, like an action star can climb through easily, even though in real life there's no way a full-grown human man is fitting through the ductwork of a building. These are movie style
Yeah.
ducts. But the actual structure seems to be made out of like a combination of small rocks, but also like some kind of resin-like substance. It's a little bit on the soft side, but it's not sticky or liquid.
Okay. Is there some kind of girder or something which I can tie the rope to confidently?
So there isn't anything that's projecting out, but you could probably dig a hole in the substrate. Basically, you could probably even just summon a power weapon and carve a hole through, and then tie the rope onto that, and it would.
Okay.
As long as you do
Yeah, I'll try
a
that.
sturdy enough job, it'll help. But the Rangers probably shouldn't put all their weight on the rope.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
And do these suits have radios, or do I have to
Now you
shout?
you have an internal comms that you can use. It's fine.
That is useful.
I was getting ready to ask if that.
Yep.
I'm going to start asking him to remember the story of the nervous rabbit while he's doing that.
In fact, actually, your internal comms can be switched on so that it only works internally, or so that it works externally too.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I'll fix the rope up here. There is some kind of ventilation ducting leading in, but it's not 100% stable, so maybe climb up one by one and not 4 people on the rope at once.
Hear you loud and clear.
And then
Alright.
I'll let the rest of the rope down and see who comes up.
Okay. Who would like to go first?
You go first. You go next. I'm heavier than you.
Who are you talking to?
Everybody.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else?
I'm an everybody. I'll climb a rope.
Alright.
I'll
I'll
just
go after
motion. I'll just motion up.
I can
All
go
right.
there.
So who's going first? Let me know.
Ben will climb.
Ben? Okay. Ben, give me a athletics roll, and with the rope there, make sure you get a +1 skill shift.
Hey Ben, and you are new here too, but you can do this. You get inspiration.
Oh, wait, did someone just crack a beer? There was a distinct sound, according to Bob Knob.
Oh,
There was a distinct
okay.
sound. I heard it. It wasn't me because I'm
Uh,
drinking wine.
I opened a can of energy drink a couple seconds
Oh,
ago.
Aw, not
That's not
beer.
beer.
you know what?
It's
I'm gonna go
4
get a
in
beer.
the morning, and
you know
I
what?
watched Chesh's birthday stream. I'm already a little bit pissed.
Okay, but here's
I'm
the
just gonna
thing.
go get a beer because
It's
of
4 in
that.
the morning, but also you're German.
This is
4 in the morning is technically after 4 in the afternoon. That is true.
You're talking to us, and it's 6:37 p.m. here, so you get California credit.
David, there's a whole lot of background noise coming from your end, man. Could you
I'm
mute?
not. Nope, it's done. I'm just getting that beer.
Okay. In the future, when you do that kind of thing, please mute first.
Yep, you
Because
got it.
now it's still happening again, even though you said it's done.
No,
It's
fair.
done.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. Thanks. Anyway, 13 is actually not going to be quite sufficient to climb up here, and you're making very little progress. It's possible that if enough people get up there, they might be able to help you with the rope, giving you a better increase, but for now, you're stuck at the bottom.
Sorry, guys. I'm getting used to this Power Ranger thing. It's kind of weird being in a suit.
Yeah, I know, right? Climbing up stuff is surprisingly difficult.
Yes, it can be.
Yeah, Jim didn't prepare me for this.
Well, who's going next?
I'll go.
Okay, Gary, give me that athletics roll. Make sure you take the +1 skill shift.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
6.
At least it's not a fumble, because then you would have fallen and taken damage.
It is not my day.
However, Gary basically can't even start to get up there.
It is not my day.
Orion, you want to go?
Yeah.
Get up there. Get to the top. Go, go, go. Another inspiration.
All right, you get right up there, no problem. And now, if necessary, you and Luke could help people by just holding onto the ropes yourselves and hauling. If you'd like to do that, we'll
Okay.
factor that into as an aid.
Okay, we'll do that.
It probably wouldn't hurt, so
Okay.
let's try help people up.
So, David, you could go. Though I will tell you now, if you do not dismiss your dragon armor thing, well, I guess it's Cayman armor, but whatever, it's going to be a lot harder.
Indeed.
I like calling it dragon armor because it's that whole cultural concept of an association between crocodilians and dragons.
There.
It's neat.
All right, so you're dismissing it?
I'm going to dismiss it, yeah.
Is it feathered snake armor?
No, but Orion's is.
Nice.
In fact, actually, as you look at Orion's suit, you notice that his is a bit different. You all have, most of you have a silver little gorget and some pauldrons, but instead, Orion actually has like a full breastplate, and on it are 2 feathered serpent motifs on the front. And it looks like it's made of gold, although you suspect that it's probably something stronger and lighter than gold for, obvious reasons.
So like Custodes armor.
Yeah, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah, it looks gold, but my goodness, would that be a terrible kind of armor? Don't make gold armor. It's terrible. Too heavy, too soft.
Maybe that's why the Emperor got his butt kicked by a horse.
All right, so, David, Because you are being helped by your fellow rangers and there's a rope, I'm going to give you both edge and the +1 skill shift.
Yay, athletics. Okay.
And also, this has
Skill
changed. The
shift.
situation has changed enough that now subsequent people who've already failed can now reroll. Because remember, oh, that's plenty.
Yeah,
Because remember,
I did it.
what we do is
Awesome.
generally, outside of combat, you can check
Mhm.
a skill basically once per scene, unless something
Yes, sir.
significant changes to allow a reroll. That's to prevent people from just, oh, I'm just going to sit here and roll
Yeah.
dice until I get high enough, and then I just overcome whatever it is through just rolling enough dice.
Yeah, weighted dice.
Okay, so now David is up there, and David, you can also help, giving the next person a +2 upshift and edge.
Okay, well, let's do that.
All right, so who's still on the ground? I think Ben and Gary are both still on the ground, right?
Yeah, you first, Ben.
All right.
Well,
having watched a few successful climbs, I'm going to get a running start and get as much of a kind of boost up the wall as I can go and
And grab
take
that
off.
rope. Okay.
Come
Again,
on, don't give up on me.
you have
With,
a.
inspiration.
So when it asks you for edge, when it says like edge or snag, you're going to select edge, and then when it asks you for skill shift, choose the +2 option.
Hey.
And as a reminder, this is Luke and Ben's first time using the system, as far as I know, for actual roleplay. So, I'm being very, very careful about exactly what happens. All right. So Ben managed to scrabble up there. It's not the most graceful thing he's ever done, but it is successful. And he can also help. So Gary, you are last, but you can now take edge and a +3 if you'd like.
Yeah, Ben's grown up around military training, so he immediately falls in to help.
All right, Gary gets up there quite easily, and now you're all up there. It might be time to reel that rope in.
Yes.
All right. Let's get this rope up.
I'm a little disappointed no one had a critical or had a fumble, because in addition to giving you a story
Ooh.
point, I totally would have had that cause damage.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Bloody.
Oh, don't worry, Dapper. I'm in here and I am well known for rolling ones.
No, good.
We will fumble enough, I think.
So
At least no 4s.
yeah, goodness, the shaft of 4s.
Okay.
It's a thing from a different RPG that a bunch of us were in, run by Maddie, and it was a 5e game, and at one point we were going down a mine shaft, and every single roll that everyone rolled turned out to come out to be a 4 after like bonuses were applied.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
First character
Wow.
almost died.
Oh yeah. That's one of the times that Dapper's character almost died.
Aldred, many near
I will have
experiences.
I will have to post the player killer for you guys later. Running Adventure League at the store, I hold the single highest player kill count
Ouch.
out of any DMs.
Look, after the
That
second
sounds painful.
time my character almost died, I rolled up a second character just in case.
So should I scout ahead or?
Well, if you do, you can maintain the 18 on your stealth or infiltration. So that just
Sure.
keep that in mind. But that is not me being part of the discussion. So that's still a discussion that y'all need to have.
Yes, absolutely scout ahead. But if anything dangerous happens, if you see anything at all, immediately come back here.
Okay.
Will do.
So as you're crawling in, it gets increasingly dark. However, you notice that you have a limited, not quite night vision. It seems more like it's some kind of like edge detection radar kind of thing that goes out a few meters in front of you, and it allows you to get like a sense of what the contours of the area are, but it gets rid of any real color information and surface detail. So it's not ideal, but it's enough to navigate by without activating any lights that might give you away. However, as you're going through, you actually notice that at the other end of this tunnel that you're crawling through, there's actually a light.
Okay. I'm carefully going towards it and see if there's some of the Mantoids around or if the coast is clear.
Currently, the coast is clear, and this tunnel opens into a chamber, and on the floor there are these like irregular hexagonal, but hexagonal shaped depressions on the floor, and it reminds you of nothing more than a bee being inside a giant beehive.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll radio the others that the exit to the duct is clear at the moment, so we should probably hurry up.
Roger.
Okay, this does not require any rolls. This is like I said, all you have to do is basically just crawl a bit and you're fine. So you all managed to assemble in this central chamber from which a number of exits all surround you. You're not sure when or if anyone's going to come through.
Good.
I've seen enough horror movies. I know we can't dilly dally.
Yeah.
Do we have a way to figure out where we're going? With a map or anything?
I've played enough Zelda games to know that there's probably a map room.
That would
This
be
is a hive.
convenient.
There's no maps here.
If we are looking for the magic artifact, it's probably the room up and in the middle.
With the fanciest door.
Yes, and the most guards.
Most cards.
Probably
Very likely.
right next to the queen.
Well, let's get to it.
Okay. So
Can't just sit here.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to have everyone else take a infiltration check.
Okay.
I'm trying to
Okay.
remember what all the skills in this game are called.
Stealth. Gotcha. Infiltration. Okay.
Wow, you guys are doing pretty well. Uh-oh.
Clonk, clonk, clonk. Let's see what I roll.
Until Ben.
And me.
Ben is not stealthy.
It happens.
Oops, I pressed snag by accident. My bad.
All right, well, if you press snag by accident, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look. Okay, you got a 15, actually. Oh, wait, no, you didn't press it by accident because you don't have a skill die.
It's
yeah,
a
that's
snag.
not great.
That snag stands.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll say this.
Unless you have the athletics background, I think.
I don't think so.
Okay. So, what I'm going to say is that Orion and Luke are definitely stealthy enough that they're not going to be noticed, but that does not seem to be the case for everyone else. You could do tandem scouting. You could split up and scout a little bit, or you could just not scout and just go as a team and see what happens.
I'm confident with going ahead a little bit. If someone else wants to come with me, I don't have a problem.
Okay. I'll go.
Gary is clearly extremely competent at mediocre stealth.
I mean, yeah, but it's not good enough that anyone looking for someone is probably going to miss you. Like, you basically got like a 50-50 chance of getting spotted.
It's, he thinks he's from Assassin's Creed, but he's not.
No. All right, so Orion and Luke are going to scout a little bit. All right, so
Okay.
as you scout, you can hear this. Every once in a while, there's like a faint rustling from one side or the other, and pretty quickly you get to an area where there's a bit of a drop, like it's a slope. But at the other end of this, you see a room full of activity. There's mantoids all over the place, moving in and out. There seem to be some storage containers that actually just look like Earth storage containers, like they were probably just grabbed from Earth. And there's what looks like some kind of, you're not sure what it is, but you suspect it might be some kind of food stuff being stored in there. It looks like you might have found some kind of a larder.
Do we even want to know what mantoids eat?
I don't know. You might not.
Mantoids. Food. Uh-oh.
No one has noticed you yet. In fact, they're not even looking up at that direction.
I think we should take this as a good sign and push on.
Okay. How are you going to go through? There are other exits, but like, what's your plan for getting around?
Well, I know. I'm just going to walk around.
Well, you're not
Shoot.
currently there because they're scouting. So,
No, I mean, when I get there.
right. But I do need an answer to the what is the plan for how you're going to move to one of the exits? Are you just going to stroll through the middle? Are you going to try and like climb on the walls? Are you going to try to stay around the skirt around the edges? What's the plan? I need something from Orion and or Luke.
Oh,
Yeah, I think climbing is probably not that great of an idea, but skirting around the edges and not just going
Hugging
through
the
the middle of
walls.
the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take a quick check to see, because this is a little bit more risky, so I'm actually going to take an active check for the Mantoids. So give me a second. And we had a 17, and I'm sorry, what was your stealth? It was an 18, right, Luke?
18, yes.
Okay. All right, you are not spotted. So you manage to get around, and you enter another chamber, and this one has a bunch of deeper hexagonal depressions, and each one is a squirmy, somewhat large, like meter-long, worm-like creature with some pretty vicious-looking mandibles.
Those look like babies.
Remember, avoid war crimes.
Yeah. Can we just go around?
Yeah, these things don't
Hey.
seem... They do actually react to you, but they don't
Okay.
seem to be aggressive towards you.
We could probably feed them to if we have to distract them.
I think Orion has a juice box he could throw at them.
I do have a juice box, but I'm gonna hold on to it for now.
Okay.
But yeah, we should probably warn the others about
Okay.
the that there's one room with workers in it, and yeah, if they can't sneak through, then we should probably be there to support them if they need help.
Okay.
all possible.
All right, so you enter into another room, and I'm going to have to modify this a little bit. Well, I might have to modify it. So you get into another room, and in this one, there are a number of those storage containers, and there are some Mantoids standing around eating, but these ones do seem to be the ones that at least Orion is familiar with as the ones that you've been fighting. They have the blade-like upper arm endings.
So are those the warrior kind, or
Yes,
right?
they appear to be.
So
I want to stay hidden.
yeah, should we wait for the others to catch up, or maybe get back and see if they have problems sneaking past?
Are they following us right now?
No, they're still in the same
They
chamber they were in.
have to follow us at some point.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we call them up here and say there are warriors here, or do we go back and see if they can sneak through the worker room or not? Because I'd rather not have warriors between us and them than if we get separated. That sounds like very bad tactics.
I see what you're saying. Trying to think. Do you think we should go back for them? I think we've made it this far. You want to call for them?
Well, I would at least maybe go back to the room with the workers and see if they can sneak by, and if they can, then everything is all
Okay.
right, or if they can't, then we can at least support them if they need help.
Okay.
And we are
can
not
try that.
here and can't do anything.
Sounds like a plan then.
Okay.
Okay,
So here's
and we try to sneak back.
Okay. I'm going to check to see if they notice you. Well, I'm not going to. All right. One of the workers stands up from whatever it was doing and looks directly at Orion.
Well,
Then it cocks its head a bit like a curious dog. And it starts
Just
approaching.
act as if nothing happened and move on.
As you move away, it starts to pick up its pace, so it's closing on you. What are you going to do?
Do I see a way to take it out stealthily, or can we maybe lure it into a side corridor or something?
I mean, yeah, if you go down a side corridor, you might be able to lure it down there.
I don't know if I
No.
want to attack it.
Right.
It's like a dangerous idea.
Well, it's getting closer. But so far,
It
no
might-
one else has noticed you, and it hasn't alerted anybody.
It might not do anything. It might just want to.
It
They can
Yeah,
smell
but
us
but I'd
over.
rather find out that it's not calling an alarm.
Down a side
If-
hallway.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, so you go down that side hallway, and the Mantoid...
Best case scenarios, it kind of I don't know, just wants to sniff at you or something. But
Right.
if it raises an alarm, then
All right,
let's hope for the best.
so you go down that hallway, and the Mantoid follows, and when it catches up to Orion, it stands there looking at him for a second, and then it runs its slender antennae over his helmet and his torso.
I guess Orion can extend his antennae too.
Well, you have your helmet on, so
There's no antenna holes.
no.
Okay, well then never mind.
But yeah,
is that normal
it
in
just
Rapcon?
it just kind
Yeah.
of runs the antennae over you, and then it just kind of turns back and walks away.
Okay,
Seems like
let's
it could be a
hope
good
that
sign.
doesn't have any bad consequences.
All right, guys, we are going to take a quick break now. We are right around the hour time, so it's a good time to refill drinks. And if you have to grab any snacks, go do that. Use the bathroom, whatever it needs. And we will be right back in about 5 minutes. So, we'll see you right back here. And like I said, 5 minutes. All right, we are back. Welcome back, everybody. How was the break?
Break was great.
Good.
I
It's
got
good, I
me
got more
chippies and
sound.
dip.
I stabbed myself.
That's normal.
I got another can, and it's still not beer.
Disappointing.
But it is beer adjacent. It is a malt and hops lemonade.
Oh, okay. That actually does sound interesting.
That sounds good. I still have red wine.
Okay. So, you guys are still... So, most of the team is still in that first antechamber. However, Orion and Lucas have had a close encounter of the Mantoid kind, but it did not seem to be immediately hostile.
Yeah. It looks like we didn't cause general alarm, so let's just press on and hope nothing bad happens.
Okay.
Okay. You managed to get back to the other Rangers without too much trouble.
As they're coming back, I'll get on the comms. Guys, radio in. Do you is the coast clear?
We came up to a room where there are warriors, and
Oh, dang.
in between there are a couple of workers, but it looks like they kind of ignore us. Well, one
Well,
one
why
of
would they
them
do that?
sniffed at Orion but didn't do anything.
Why
He
would they
came up
ignore
and
you?
checked me out and then left. So we can now go back and try to sneak our way through again.
Right. Well, we can only try.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. So, our lowest stealth is RPG Casey with an infiltration roll of 5. Let's see if y'all get
Yay.
noticed.
Somehow.
Mhm.
No, that's my last one, not the now.
It's still the same scene. We're going to keep it.
Ah,
Nothing,
well, fine.
nothing significant has changed.
Okay.
And I rolled exactly a 5. So a few more Mantoids stand up and notice this party of rangers and start approaching once you're in the larder room.
Okay, everyone keep calm. Last time nothing bad happened. They just want to check you out. Let's hope that holds.
Okay. So what's everybody going to do?
I'm gonna do what he said.
Stand still.
Yeah, we're gonna see how the use social question mark mantoids behave.
Okay. Well, in fact, they do the same thing. They come up to you, run antennae over you, and then go back to whatever they're doing.
Is anybody else thinking that maybe we should take a non-lethal approach to them in the future?
Not when they're being forced to attack us.
I assume they would at least defend themselves if we attack them, but at the
They haven't been given
moment
the-
I'm very, very happy with just walking by and ignoring them.
Well, they are bugs. Maybe they haven't been given orders.
Because thus
I
far,
say, I say live and let live.
with the warriors, we've been kind of just, destroying them, and I'm not certain about that anymore.
Who's been giving the orders for them to attack us?
Lord Claw, probably.
There you go.
Kind of a jerk.
Kind of.
I mean, we don't have much direct experience with him. I presume he's a jerk because he's evil.
He did kick your ass that one time in episode 1.
That is true.
So let's try to bypass as many of them as possible and go right to the top.
Yeah, don't harm any unless they harm us.
Okay.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
So you get to the room with the warrior cast. And I'm going to shift you guys down there just in case. I'm also going to turn
Well,
off
that's
the...
cool.
Thank you. I made it myself in Blender.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Teach me.
looks good.
Ooh, I like this, actually. It does give Beehive vibes.
Thanks. Okay, so what is the plan?
Just keep moving. Just keep moving.
Okay.
Don't get too close. Just don't get chubby. Hopefully they won't bother us.
Wow, I rolled a 2. So in fact, no, they don't notice you because somehow, despite the fact that I only had like 1, 2, 3, and 4 as my options for them not noticing anyone, they don't actually notice anyone.
Good.
Ryan,
Which means I
where are we
possibly
going?
spent several hours on this battle map for no reason.
Which direction are we going in here?
We're gonna
Recycling
go
is
south.
good for the environment. Yeah, do we see some kind of exit or way to go other than just in
So
the
actually,
middle of the room?
so I wasn't exactly sure how this room was going to end up being used. So I'm going to say that there is in fact a door at the far end, even though it's not visually represented.
Can you give us a mark at least?
Yeah, around here. But you're stealthy
And we
enough
have to
that unless you make some kind of decision about like approaching someone, they're not really going to notice because they're all standing around eating and doing stuff.
Hey, come on. Jungle Beast Red. That name doesn't seem right.
Ben.
Yeah.
Jungle Beast Ben.
Yeah. I don't know what this bonker is.
That's some kind of insect, isn't it?
More of a
Maybe.
Or a
rodent.
soup. Maybe it's a soup.
More-
I don't know.
More of a rodent.
Kind of soup.
Okay, so you guys get to the door, and you can go through. And through it,
I ain't waiting. Excuse me.
so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and say that this has been representative of your ability to sneak through the hive, which is sufficient. Because you are only spotted by some workers, not some warriors. And we're going to say that after a while of searching, navigating the hive, feeling like you're lost, you do finally get to a chamber that has a number of warrior mantoids just standing around guarding the entrances as it seems.
Should we wait for their coffee break?
Do Mantoids get coffee breaks?
You don't know.
I mean,
You can wait and see.
Probably get orders from their higher ups.
I don't know how evil that Lord whatever guy you talked about is, but does he seem like the person to let his minions unionize?
No.
I mean, actually, does the military have coffee breaks? The United States military? Because that'll be my answer.
I mean, kind of.
No.
I'm pretty sure if you're in the military, you are always on duty, but that includes when you're drinking coffee.
Well, also not quite.
I don't
if I
know.
would call what they serve coffee.
My
There's that
military
too.
experience ends with boot camp because I tore out my knees at the end of it.
Ouch.
Ouch.
All right. Well, what's your plan?
We can maybe wait a little bit if they take a break, but I wouldn't expect it. So the question is, do we try to take them out silently or do we just rush in? What do we do?
What are these containers here? Or is that just pallets?
No, those are containers, and they do in fact contain food. And like I said earlier, it looks like they were probably just grabbed from Earth.
What is so they
They just got containers full of food.
Yeah, I know.
Don't tell me that these guys are starving.
You're not sure that you would know how to recognize a starving mantoid if you saw one, but they don't look to be in any sort of distress about starvation.
I don't mean necessarily starving right now, but
It's a
attacking
species.
Earth because they need food. Because
Oh, I
that
see.
would kind of suck.
Well, you could investigate the food and see if what they have is taken from Earth.
Well, if we decide to wait a little bit to see if they have some kind of changing of the guards, then I would probably use that time to rummage around a little bit and see what kind of food they have. And
Okay,
I
well,
don't know, maybe they are all stealing Pepsi or Dr. Pepper or something because they like the taste. I don't know.
Because
Hey,
of sugar.
If it's
Sugar.
Dr. Pepper, they're my mortal enemies, and I have to kill them.
Maybe Mantoids get high off Dr. Pepper.
Oh, that's
Maybe
a thought.
Bud Light. Who knows?
All right, well, there is in fact a changing of the guards, although it does not involve anyone, the entrances being left unguarded. New guards show
Yeah.
up, and then the old guards leave.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kind of was expected.
Well, that's okay.
Mm.
I don't suppose this side of the box is open, is it?
No.
Yeah, I thought not.
Well, I suppose while it's just, what, 2 guards?
No, it's significantly more than that. You'll have to fight your way through a Fairview.
Should we fight them?
No,
I would prefer not to.
no.
Do you think we can find another way in?
Yes,
Mm,
maybe.
I'm gonna go over here and touch the wall. Is it pliable?
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit. Well,
Maybe. What if we figured out a way to cause a distraction?
woe to the person making the distraction.
Yeah, good point. Mm.
Does it have to be a person?
Well,
I'm gonna throw a rock.
I mean, the
That
walls
is-
are made out of resin with rock embedded in it. You could do that.
mhm.
It's a little cliche, but maybe it could work. We'd have to be
Hey,
quick.
some cliches are cliches because they work.
I'm not really happy about bringing this place down on anybody, but
I'd rather
maybe
not
we
do
could-
that. Maybe we can cause like some loud bangs or something, like noise, down a corridor and get some of the guards to leave to a point where we can manage taking the ones that are left quickly.
We just have to get
in.
where we have to go. Just straight through this little area, right?
Basically.
Okay.
Well, can we? What about throwing some food out there? Maybe they'll go towards it.
Hmm.
I mean, they're pretty hungry, right?
I mean,
Probably brings us back to how intelligent are they. If you had a human guard in a military outpost and you threw, I don't know, a cheeseburger at them, they probably wouldn't wander off to eat.
I know, but these are drones. These are
Depends
warriors.
on what
not-
they're guarding and who it is.
Yeah.
and how long they've been on duty.
These are probably like not drones necessarily, but warriors, workers. I don't think
Yeah.
they're the smart kind.
Can at least
They
try.
serve one purpose.
Yeah,
I mean,
their own purpose.
based on my knowledge of ants, I don't know how well that might suit us here. So
Yeah.
Are they the investigate kind, or are they the call for help and then investigate kind?
Maybe we should get one of those crates of food things.
if you go over there, there's a chance to get spotted. Just throw some food out there and let's see what happens. We're kind of stuck for ideas, right?
Well, I do have a juice box.
So do I.
That's made of sugar.
Hmm.
Ants like sugar. Maybe that'll do.
But it's peach apricot.
Mine isn't.
I'm sure that if you get out of this alive, Claire will have more.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna kind of poke a hole in the juice box and kind of toss it off to the kind of in their general area.
All right. The guards look at it confusedly. One goes off to investigate the direction it was thrown from. Another one bends down and touches the liquid with his antennae, then picks it up and drinks it. But now there's a guard approaching the direction from which the the lunch or the juice box was thrown.
All right, so we need to get out of here like now.
Well,
Yeah, let's scurry off.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Mistakes were made.
Okay.
Well, we know they like food at least.
Okay.
So where are you scurrying off to?
What do we do now?
It's just
I assume
We're
we're
gonna
kind of in,
scurry
like,
away from where the guard's coming, and I'm gonna take my juice box, poke a hole in it, and leave it on the ground. And we're
Okay.
gonna run away. So hopefully he'll find it
juice berries.
and drink it. Sacrifice
is-
I'm willing to make.
I bet Lord Claw doesn't give them juice.
Yeah, probably not.
Work for the Power Rangers, you get juice.
wow. Okay.
He gets some juice, but only from jicama.
So. Yeah.
Well, now what?
There's only one thing for it. We just have to go through the door.
Well, I mean, if we could get one of those crates of food, maybe we could make a distraction with it. But that's
We
a
can
lot of
try.
variables.
Sometimes the best way, the easiest way is the best way. But in this instance, I'm not sure it's the best way. But I don't. You know what? And I just go for the door.
I mean, we got one door. We might as well just use our one door.
Cowabunga it is.
All right. So what's the actual plan?
Go through the door. I'm going to go through the door.
You're just gonna rush through?
Should you like dragon armor up and
Yeah. That I'm gonna look like a warrior. Sure, why not? I'll drag an armor up.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reuse this battle map, and I'm gonna put you guys at the entrance, and this is gonna be the stand-in for this new door. So I'm
right.
gonna rearrange some mantoids as if they're guarding.
Thousands of times.
Recycling is good for the environment.
Yes,
Not for
and
the-
our personality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I spent a while making this map. I want to kind of use it.
I get it.
It is.
You
a
said you're
very
making these
beautiful-
in Blender?
Yes.
Yeah.
This was made in
Use
Blender.
Objective.
Okay, so this is going to involve a combat. So we're going to bring up the turn order.
Oh man.
So
Okay.
first,
That's expected.
we have two characters with Follow Me. So for those of you who don't know, Follow Me allows any character who opts in to follow that particular person, and then what happens is they get a +1 to their initiative roll for every person who follows them, and then the people who did the following go 1d4 lower on the initiative order than the person that they follow. So would either David or Ben like to use the Follow Me option?
I don't think Ben trusts this group enough for it yet.
Okay, so David, you can use that. Would you like to?
Okay. Sure.
All right, who would like to follow Ben?
I
Yes. You will?
or David.
I get a D8 on initiative, so I won't. But that's purely because I have.
All right, let me go
ridiculous-
through in order. Ben, would you like to follow David?
Ben will follow David, yeah.
Okay, Orion,
Yes.
Gary,
No.
no, and Lucas.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so David, I would like you to roll initiative. Make sure you have your
Okay.
token selected and use the initiative button up near the top right of your character sheet. And then you can add
Yep.
3 to it after we're done.
Okay.
Or well, I guess I'll add 3 to it.
Yes, sir. Well, dang.
Well, that's not ideal, but you know. All right. So what I would like to do is Ben, Orion, and Luke. I would like each of you to roll a d4.
It's /R1D4.
Yes.
Should work. Yes. Or you can do it on the left side with the dice icon.
Yeah, there's a dice roller. And I'm seeing Ben is having rolled a 2. All right. So what I'm going to do is Ben, what is your What am I trying to think of? What's the word I'm looking for?
Speed.
Yeah, what's your speed?
5.
All right, and Orion, what's your speed?
5.
Oh, that's great. Let's see. Which of you would like to go first? Let's just do that.
Ben is specifically trying to watch everybody and figure out what they're doing, see where he sits in this, so he would definitely hold back.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'll go.
So Gary, you also followed, right?
No.
Oh no. Okay, so Lucas did. So that's everyone who followed.
Yeah.
Gary, roll your initiative.
20.
Jeez.
I know.
Except you didn't do it right, so try it again.
Oh, sorry. Hey!
You gotta be kidding me. Goodness. All right, well.
Watch me roll garbage and targeting.
Yeah, well.
We'll see.
All right, combat it is.
Okay, so
Dolphin bow.
currently, the Mantoid guards are unaware, and so they are not going to be able to act this turn. But yes, Gary does get to go first.
Okay, so you know, I'm summoning the bow.
Okay. You now have a bow.
Oh, I think I can do that. All right, I think I have a way to start this.
Okay.
Group strike. Shower of smaller blasts to saturate an entire area. Spending 1 personal power. 10 foot by 10 foot area within range in line of sight. Make a ranged attack roll against all targets in that area. I enjoy having a bow.
Yeah, you could get all 3 of these guys in one shot.
Yeah.
Feel free.
So that'll just be a targeting roll, I think.
Yes.
And I have to double check, because if I don't, I'm an idiot.
Are you double checking?
Yeah, so I get... Okay, so I haven't moved, so I am going to aim, and they do 2 damage if I hit.
Okay.
Because I haven't moved.
Okay.
So I think that's skill shift of 2.
I think it's actually 1. Let me double check though.
1 from my bonus from
Oh, right.
supercharge, and 1 from aim.
Okay, then yeah, sorry about that.
Getting to double check everything. Fun.
Yeah. Oof.
Can I make that if I re-roll the 1?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what's your skill die? A D10? Actually,
Yeah.
Actually, if you get the 10, then yes.
I do think I get a free reroll.
How?
No, I don't. I don't.
Well, you do still have story points. You've still got like what, 6 story points? Yeah.
Should I spend a story point on a Hail Mary?
Yes.
All right, cool. Any objections?
No.
No.
All right, quarter.
Yeah, lots of.
I mean, Hail Mary is the best card in lunch money. Does 7 damage.
Nope.
7, unfortunately, it's a lot better, but it's not enough. So, unfortunately, that did not do it. Although it did alert the Mantoid that something's up. But they still don't get that because they're still surprised.
Can I do it again with my extra attack?
Yes, but you can't. Yeah, actually, yeah, you can with the extra attack.
Okay, let's try that again. I Do I get the aim bonus?
Have you moved?
No.
Then sure, why not? Jeez, man, come on.
I burned all the luck in those initiative rolls.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
did.
turn.
All right, well, the Mantoids have a turn, but they don't do anything. So, David, you are up.
All right. Well, we've already announced ourselves, so bump it. Just gonna go forward. See what happens.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make the first attack. I'm just gonna see what happens when they notice me. 15, 20. I'll get right up in his face. 25. That's my turn. Hold
Okay.
action to it. Well, is there held actions in this game? I can't remember.
Not really.
Then never mind.
Okay. Lucas.
Okay.
Dude.
Does
Due to my
the
size, maybe they'll think I'm a worker drone, or a warrior rather.
does the ground count as hard or solid surface? I assume yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that should mean that I can move 45 feet, so I should be able to, without problem, squeeze in here.
Okay.
And then I would like to spend 1 personal power to activate Whirlwind Strike, which means I do 1 attack roll for every melee attack I have, but I hit every adjacent enemy,
Okay.
like an AoE attack in ranged combat.
Cool.
So we reduce. Is there a way to spend personal power in the character sheet? Probably.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like open the edit thing, and then you can just manually break
Okay.
it down. Yeah, it's a little annoying.
Still doesn't work. I'll do it later.
Okay.
Which in this case, attack rolls are just skill rolls in this system, right?
Yep. You're gonna use so you're using your claws.
Yes, I'm using my one of my free actions or to
So
draw my claws.
Those are finesse weapons, so you can use
Yes.
your what's the skill called? Come on. Speed. It's a finesse. Yeah, you
It's
can use
called
the
finesse, and I have a specialization in power claws. Yes.
Okay, so what that means is that when it says specialization, you're going to click yes. And what's happening behind the scenes is that you're getting to roll your skill die and every die lower than that and take the highest of all of those. It's actually pretty powerful. Unfortunately, that is not enough.
Yeah, I also rolled a 2 on my skill die, though on the or on my d20. Though on the other hand, I also have 2 normal attacks, and in theory, I could also spend a personal power to do more attacks. So I'll just try that again.
Okay. $15. Oh yeah, that's plenty.
That's a 15.
Yep, and that's 2 damage to each of them.
Okay. I assume though power clause is effect 1 sharp.
Okay, so that's 1 then. Yeah, they're all now just oozing ichor onto the ground.
Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of them, so I'll spend another power point to activate the triple strike, which means I can do another 2 attacks.
Who are you going to be attacking?
Still all of them.
They are all currently on the ground, leaking what vital fluids they have.
Oh, they only. Then I misunderstood you. I thought they were not out of the fight. Sorry.
Yeah, I put the little skull and crossbones on there to indicate that they are.
Oh, yeah. No,
they have shuffled off.
Since I closed my character sheet, I thought. Okay, then I'll just use my special ability to move 5 feet after a successful melee attack, and then end my turn.
Okay. Ben, you are up. Or no, sorry. You wanted to have Orion go first. So, sorry. Orion's up. My bad.
Okay. I can move 30 feet.
Dapper, you can never be bad. You're awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm going to move up to here. And then I'm going to use my jungle blaster to shoot the Mantoid that's 4 squares south of me.
Got it.
And I don't think that's good enough.
No, it is not.
I miss.
Yeah, you do. All right, Ben, you're up.
Ben is going to go ahead and move himself up here in the way and try to put himself between these villains and his allies. And he's kind of a in-your-face, smack him kind of guy, so he's probably just going to sit right there.
Okay. And then it is Gary's turn again.
Hopefully this time I don't miss.
That would be
I'm
nice.
gonna move up here and just kind of quick shot this guy down here.
Okay.
To the south of Orion.
Now, you did move, so you don't get the upshift from aiming.
I know.
Someone's setting off fireworks. It's not like it's the 4th of July or anything. Jeez.
Explode. Now?
Yep.
Now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, hey, you got him, though.
I mean, I did.
Good job. Is that your turn?
No, I have another attack.
Oh.
Can I shoot that guy?
Yeah. Can you, what's the range on that?
It's 50-100. So
He's 50, so just in range. So yeah, okay, you're good.
I love all these dialogue boxes.
That is enough.
Wow.
Yeah, barely, but it's enough. I mean,
I'm so glad I rolled terribly twice in a row.
I mean, look at it this way. When was the last time a full team of Power Rangers had a lot of trouble with a bunch of putty level enemies?
I mean, we just watched the Turbo final.
Okay, that's a good point. You got me there.
But
I
then
figured,
there are at least 5 more than we are fighting right now.
aren't the Power Rangers kind of like Pokemon, where Ash just gets hit in the head every season and forgets that he's, already figured out how to fight?
Yeah, you would think so. All right, I'm gonna just move these dead guys to the side, just because I don't remember who's actually carrying the turn, but yeah, whatever.
Blurg.
Well, the more that surround me, the more I can hit in one turn.
That's true. All right, so let's see. We've got one is going to attack. If I can figure it, what's my? Oh, my D6. There's a D6. Nope, that's the wrong kind of D6. I picked up one of my Star Trek Adventures Klingon challenge dice that has weird proprietary challenge dice numbers on it instead of the actual 1 through 6, which is no, that's not going to work. Okay, Orion, what is your toughness?
22.
What is it?
22.
22? Okay. This Mantoid here that I'm indicating just slashed at you, and it actually caught you at a weak point in your armor, and you're taking a point of damage.
I would like to use my defender ability.
Okay.
Which says that when I'm wielding a finesse-based weapon with which you have a specialization, which I do, and another creature hits an adjacent ally with a melee attack, you can roll your skill dice and lower the opponent's skill test result by the amount rolled. I assume even if I get a skill shift in that skill, that does not apply to this, so I would just roll a d8 and see.
I thought your finesse was a d10.
I get a permanent skill shift while I'm morphed.
Oh, okay, but your actual die is a d8. Yeah, roll a d8.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I like it. So that is a 4. So let's see. So I rolled a 25, and your toughness is, you said 21?
22.
22. Okay, well then, yeah, actually that does negate it. So
Nice.
you were about to take damage, but then right at the last second, Luke steps in and bats the offending claw away with his claws.
Oh,
That's pretty
getting
sweet.
into it now.
Bad time
However,
for me to sneeze.
one of them now notices and decides to attack Luke. Actually, 2 of them are going to do that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Luke, what is your toughness?
I can't defend myself. My toughness is only a 13.
All right. Well, one of them is hitting you, and then another one is going to make an attack.
Oh,
against you.
morphed, it's a 14, but yeah, I'm
Well, that's
more
still
the
gonna be a hit.
evasion kind of guy.
The other one misses you though, so you're taking 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
That's okay. It turns out that I think Luke actually has the most health of anyone here. Yep.
I have
much?
5.
Yeah. That is the most. All right. So 3 Mantoids are going to attack Ben. Ben, what is your toughness?
I have a question on that. Does my +1 to my defenses for heroic intervention always count, or only when I use the ability because it's on 2 different lines?
Read the whole ability for me.
So by spending a power point, you can move 15 feet in any direction, as long as it puts you adjacent to an ally or enemy taking its move. And then it says on another line, as long as you're adjacent to an ally, you gain +1 on all defenses.
Yeah, I'm going to say that yeah, it works.
Then I have 23.
Okay. That is not sufficient. The next one's
Also,
going to go.
I think I can still use the defender
To
on
say
that
that
because
you have to
he's
be adjacent.
to me.
Yep, you can, but they all miss anyway. They actually all miss
Okay,
pretty
then
badly.
it doesn't really matter.
Okay. David, you're up.
He looks around and he says, "Better now than ever. It's time to unveil my true power."
Okay.
And he says, Mitsuchi, I summon thee to this mighty realm. Dragon of the grid, come forth. And he summons his grid weapon, which is a Yari, and it is in the shape, this long Japanese spear-like, this long device has a blade at the end, but instead of the blade, it's the head of this dragon with its mouth open and all the teeth hanging out and real sharp. And the body of this.
When did you acquire a new power weapon?
I've had that for like a bunch of months. I haven't unveiled it yet.
Have you?
Yeah.
Which episode did you get it in?
Oh, I've had this grid weapon the whole time.
Oh, right. The grid weapon for being the Gold Ranger. Yeah, nope. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, forgot.
And when I click it on the ground, it looks around and says, "It's about time you summon me." I strike a pose with it, with my knee pointing at the mutoids. What are they called? At the and I use Shining Leader for the rest of this turn and the next turn. Everybody in my party gets edge on their attack rolls.
Nice.
And I'm going to take my first attack.
You might have to move near someone unless you have a ranged weapon.
Mitsuchi. I'm going to move near someone. You got it. Yes, it is a Yari. I can't see because my text is over. Okay, that one's dead. Okay, I can see it now. Just going to step on this one. Boom. And I'm going to attack this one here.
Okay.
Let's see. What does the weapon do? Energy damage +1 level and a special might or finesse. It's probably, in this instance, I guess, since the weapon, it would be finesse. Okay. And... okay. All right. Time to make that finesse roll. Okay. Finesse. Let's see what we do. Oh, does that include giving myself edge? I don't know. Hold on.
Does it say all members of the party?
Yeah, I'm looking for that now. One moment. You can spin in the standard action. Okay, wait, hold on. And while morph to make it. Okay, so I can't attack because it used a standard action. So I just push up to the
Okay.
next enemy in place there. Okay.
Okay, cool.
But it says all of your allies, so not myself, just the allies.
Got it. All right. Well,
That's my turn.
that makes it Luke's turn, which means that
Yeah.
Luke, now when you use your special power, you get to have edge. So yeah, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be successful. So are you going to be using that power again? Luke?
Oh,
Hello?
sorry, I was muted. Yeah, there are still enough around that it's worth it. So I'm spending 1 PowerPoint and doing my first normal attack and hope I hit. So we have a specialization. We have a skill shift 1 up.
And make sure when it says edge or
And
snag,
we
you say
have an edge.
Yep. All right. Yeah, that's sufficient.
It's kind of disappointing, but enough is enough. Okay.
Say what'd you get, man? At least you hit.
Look, this is a game that you can roll pretty low on just about any roll. Like, real low. Yeah, I don't care how skilled you are. You always have the potential of rolling a 2. So, take
Yeah.
successes where you can get them. Plus, technically, this would have been a critical had that mattered.
Yeah.
Instead, it didn't, because you've now killed another 3. So you're at 6 so far.
So after a successful melee attack, I can move 5, and if I understood the system correct, I can move in melee range. It just counts double, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means nothing really prohibits me from moving down here and doing it again.
Well, you said you could move 5 feet, right?
Well, I still have my normal movement, do I not?
Oh, yeah, you do.
It is just that every time I make a successful melee attack, I can just move 5 feet.
Got it.
Which doesn't really matter here. I'm just trying not to forget it.
Okay.
But yeah, I have a second, or I have 2 attacks, which means
Okay.
I can see what happens.
Are you doing a, like, kill both of them attack, or just one?
Once I spend a power point, it counts for all melee attack I do in the same turn.
Oh, got it. Okay, so it is going to hit both of them if it hits at all.
Yes.
Which it does. Yeah, the Yellow Rangers are like crowd control. They are really good at taking out low-level, numerous enemies.
Good.
All right, Orion. Unless you have any more movement that you like to do or anything, Luke. I'll take that as a no.
I'm going to move here, and I'm going to do Serpent Spear
All right.
to this Mantoid.
I move up to be adjacent to the Red Ranger if he gets attacked, but I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, I'm expecting him to probably not be attacked because I'm not expecting this Mantoid to last very long. Ooh, nice. You managed to stab this thing right through. It's like its carapace doesn't even exist.
That is brutal.
Great.
All right, so that's all of them, and you can now get into the chamber that they were guarding.
Wait, what about this guy?
I didn't move him, so he doesn't count.
Okay.
Did he run away?
Nope, he just doesn't exist.
He's
fake.
not real.
He's fake.
That's just an empty shell of one that molted down.
It's a mannequin.
I know.
Yep, now he doesn't
So
even
Luke-
exist.
Lucas, if you had been where I was, you could have got all 3. Try to
Yeah.
keep in mind that anytime you're moving, I can spend a PowerPoint to also move. So switching places with me is an option.
Oh, yeah, I gotta
I will try to keep that in mind, though in this fight it probably wasn't worth it, but in the future that is interesting, yes.
So you guys won't mention the flub shots, right?
Already forgotten.
The what?
Could you believe that guy?
Clack, clack, clack. Does
All
he
right.
use it as a walking stick?
In the next chamber is, in fact, an enormous mantoid.
Ooh.
Oh boy, the brains.
Yep. And it seems to be. It has. It seems just swollen. Like, it has a normal sized mantoid head. But the entire body, but not the limbs, are just swollen to an enormous size. And there is a collection of workers who are continually moving around little translucent, whitish, ovoid shapes.
Guys, we found the queen.
Okay.
The presumed queen looks up and seems to notice you. I would like to hear everyone's willpower.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
15.
15.
16.
15.
Oops, I pressed the wrong button. 18.
Okay, well, that is no one. So everyone is taking 1 point of damage as your minds get assaulted by some kind of psychic attack.
Ow!
I think that answers my question of evil or not.
But
Well-
then you hear a voice saying,
Oh,
"Oh, are you? Are we being tested? What's happening?"
why do you work for that filth, Lord? Why do you work for that filth claw?
You don't work for him?
No.
Yeah, this is a test.
Wait, I'm confused.
David, not now.
What's
Bluffing or no bluffing?
so? I guess I'll sound an alarm.
Yeah, we're testing the defenses. We need to go test the relic room. That specifically because it's so important.
I don't have a relic room.
And attack. And attack.
No.
Is that your actual plan?
Yeah, I mean, you already busted the plan. They're like, oh, on alert. Well, I busted it, and then you busted it more, so double busted.
Just try the bluff.
Okay, I will let you know that there's a very high chance that if you attack the queen, it will alert every single mantoid. And there are probably hundreds of thousands of them.
No. Bad idea. Bad idea.
Why do you work for Claw?
I have to.
Why?
Same reason all of us do. He took
That-
over
that-
on my home world,
sounds
and
like
if
the
I
answer
don't
to
do
that,
it,
right?
let me finish the sentence.
Don't annoy the queen.
He took over my homeworld after Lord Zed's forces crumbled. Then, turns out that he wasn't here to liberate everyone. And so, if we don't help him, then he just bombs the planet, which isn't a big change from Lord Zed.
Hmm.
And he'll also just bomb this hive. It's got explosives under it.
Hmm.
You were in a very difficult
Explosives
situation.
under the hive.
What's that?
Why are there explosives under the hive? That seems like a bad decision.
It's to ensure compliance.
Does Lord Claw know what's going on right now?
Well, yeah, he sent you. Why wouldn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
He sent us to check that the storm generation McGovern is safe and in good hands, and nothing can disrupt his plans.
Oh, he's not trusting that to us.
can you tell us where it is?
It's probably in the ruined city, over in the tower where the Raptor Rangers have their little hangout. But why are you asking me? You know this.
Oh, I think we got our signals crossed here. We're supposed to be inspecting that thing.
Oh, well, you should probably get out of there then. But also,
No.
you did kill a bunch of people on the way in? Was that strictly necessary?
Claw
I
ordered
mean,
it.
orders, right?
Yeah, I guess.
He really doesn't care.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Also, you probably should tell no one except people who are supposed to know. Like, so yeah, we don't count, but in general, don't tell people where the artifact is. So, but then we should go before anything else stupid happens.
You'll have to wait a little bit unless you want to fight through every single Mantoid, because the guys you killed released a lot of alarm pheromones.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So just wait a little while, stay a while, and listen.
Certainly. I mean, yeah, that sounds better than fighting an army of mantis men.
Yeah, although like you already killed a small squadron of them.
I mean, not me personally. I'm a good guy here.
You're working for Lord Claw. I wouldn't go that far.
Well, we've all got the metaphorical and sometimes literal laser blaster to the head.
I'm a little surprised though that he has a second ranger team. It's not even easy to get one ranger team, and there's more of you.
I didn't know he had another
we're the
ranger
B
team.
team.
Can you tell me about those?
Oh. I mean, it's the Raptor Rangers. There's the red one, the blue one, the yellow one. They come in sometimes and just kill a few people. But what am I going to do about it? Let's see. The red one's kind of a blue scaly guy. The blue one is kind of a... Oh, no, wait, no, he's a red scaly guy. The blue one's kind of a greenish, not so scaly guy. The yellow one is a robot, and none of them have enough eyes.
I mean, you gotta have enough eyes, right?
Yeah, it's
so,
weird.
So,
It's weird to
Most
have
people
fewer
don't
than
have
5.
enough eyes.
so hypothetically, if these explosives under the hive were to disappear,
Go on.
would you maybe stop doing the whole claw thing?
I mean, he's also holding the entire planet hostage, so yeah, probably not.
I mean, what happens if Clog is defeated by like those darn Power Rangers?
Then I try to find a way home, and if I can't, I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, but that will never happen, right?
Doesn't seem
yeah,
likely. They haven't gotten
he's
close to
very
him so
strong.
far. At least not that I've heard of. Not that I'm told everything. I'm just told, hey,
Yeah.
send this many warriors here with this much alarm pheromone. And then I just do that. And of course, you know, I send my workers out to collect what extra food we can in this. This is a real dump of a planet. I don't even know
You're
why
right.
Lord Claw wants it. There's not that much food.
Is there a anti-alarm pheromone, like a "We're Your Pals" pheromone?
Of course there is.
Could we get some of that?
I suppose.
Thanks. That would make our work a lot easier.
Yeah, we probably have to kill less of your guys if we had that.
Why
What
would
were
you-
to happen?
Why would you kill any
If-
of my guys outside of one of these tests? And if it were a test, then what would be the point of using the friend pheromone? That's not a good test because the enemies don't have the friend pheromone. You're very
Well,
confusing
Don't
lot.
ask. Lord Claw ordered it.
All right,
What if they did?
I'm gonna need Ben to take a deception. Is it called deception?
Can
Yes.
I support him with my deception?
Yes, I will allow you because you've been
Can I
also
help?
participating. I'm gonna let
Too?
only up to 2 people. So what I'm gonna do is this is gonna be an upshift on deception for Ben.
I'll help.
I
Ben.
assume
It doesn't
that my
matter who
teacher
helps. He gets a maximum of +1 upshift.
I can
I
stick
assume
that.
that my teacher perk wouldn't work here because we don't have enough time for me to explain him how to do it.
Okay, I will roll a what are we calling it? Yeah, I'll roll that. I'll run the alertness, sure. The Queen says, "You don't actually work for Lord Claw, do you?"
And it's
Yeah.
more
Guys,
like
guys,
undercover
I think
work.
we're busted.
No, you don't
No.
work
All
for
right.
him at all, do you?
It's time for us to tell them the truth, everyone.
Look,
She deserves to know.
you know the Power Rangers Lord Claw's
We
thing?
work for Lord Zed.
Lord Zed is gone. He's been gone for years.
We're the remnants of his forces.
Yeah, if you were that, then sure, you'd be fighting against Lord Claw, but you'd probably already be gone because most of them turned to dust.
There were lots more of us.
No.
So you
You
say.
know the Power Rangers that Lord Claw is wanting to destroy? We're them.
Look, here's the thing. So far as I know, no one knows that you've been here. I don't particularly care about Lord Claw's cause of bringing the galaxy together under his name to replace the order and stability that Lord Zed brought to the galaxy. I wasn't a big fan of that in the first place. But I also can't have you hanging around my hive, killing people, and then potentially alerting Lord Claw to the fact that I'm not killing everyone. I would much prefer it if you could, in fact, defeat Lord Claw. So you need to go right now, or I'm going to have to restart the alarm.
We're leaving.
That
but
sounds plenty
I'm
fair.
sincerely sorry about.
You were never here. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Crystal.
And
Crystal.
we'll try
Okay.
and find a way to get you back to your planet once we defeat Claw. I promise.
Yeah,
that.
or you'll just kill all of us. We're probably all gonna die anyway. Leave quickly.
Leaving.
Let's go.
All right. So as you leave the hive, one of the Mantoids, one of the workers, motions over to you to come over right as you get outside.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything, but it points in the distance, and off on the horizon you can just see the tops of some buildings in a cityscape that look pretty beat up. But there's one
City?
a ruined city, but there's one that's sticking up out of the middle that still has some lights on, and it looks less like one of the squared off skyscrapers that you can see. Instead, it has sort of a round radial shape. And that's you get the impression that that's what the Mantoid is actually gesturing towards. After that, it just turns back to its work.
No reason to stay here anymore. Let's go.
Let's get
All
out
right,
of here.
guys, that is where we're going to wrap it up for tonight. I hope everyone had fun. I hope everyone watching had fun. We have
Awesome.
infiltrated the Mantoid Hive. We've discovered how it is that Lord Claw has them under his command. We've also learned that they're not very enthusiastic members of his army. However, they are under a severe threat to continue. They're basically under threat of a complete extinction to keep doing what he wants. So, and also, we've had the Rangers directed towards where they should go to find the actual artifact that's controlling the weather. Next time, hopefully, we can also have Clara back and we can get a full 6-member party. If not, that's okay too. All right, guys. If you have anything that you want to say before you get out of here, go ahead and say it, and then we will get out of here.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Play more
An
games.
awesome game. Until next time.